Black history in our nation goes far past marches in Alabama, protests in Mississippi, or even iconic speeches given on the steps of our nation's capital. All month long, WECT will be highlighting special moments, places, and people that shaped Black history right here in southeastern North Carolina. Lela Thompson was the first Black woman to graduate from Wilmington College, which is now called the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. She earned a bachelor's degree in education in 1967. After graduating, Thompson went on to teach in New Hanover County schools for more than 30 years, and for nearly 2 decades, she served as the president of the Willis Richardson Players, a theater group that worked to put local Black actors in the spotlight. Thompson died on December 30th, 2022.
This local history feature is sponsored by the NC Department of Health and Human Services. We can help manage the impact of COVID-19 in our communities by taking control and staying up to date. Visit myspot.nc.gov to find safe and effective vaccines near you.